Right, good morning driver. We have some deliveries and pickups to do around Augsburg. Nothing difficult, but we will have to pass the ICE tracks, so we need to stay on time. Let's pull forward so we can back up to the Augsburg 65 siding for our first pickup. Right, let's have a quick look at the map then. So we are going to couple into Augsburg 65. We are here, so we are going to pull forward. That'll be us then. And then at some point we'll be pulling back towards Augsburg 65. Hang on. Oh, unless it's these ones we're going to connect to. That means probably around the edge here. Right, okay. Here we go, finally. We're off. So folks, yes, I am aware that there is a bug publishing scenarios to Steam Workshop at the moment. There's not a lot I can do about it, and there's no other information that I can pass on to that, unfortunately. Make sure you have let the support team know that you're experiencing the problem, and they will then be able to get back in touch with you as soon as they have an idea of a resolution. Right, that's given ourselves double white lights to carry on. Sunset Unlimited says, should you connect your computer to a television and then sit back in your bed? Well, if it's to watch this stream, it should definitely be on your television. This stream is meant for televisions. Made for televisions. Can you not see the logo in the corner? I'm just kidding, there isn't a logo in the corner. Right. Now, blue line carries on going through and connects us into... Yep, it does get us to the right place. Right, so last night we got up to about 165. Do we think we can beat 165? Got 112 so far, which is pretty decent actually, considering how we've only just really got started. Moggy says, made for television, like a sci-fi channel movie. I'm quite glad no one's actually made the illusion, the fact that if it's made for television, that means it's not good enough to go to the cinema. Right, we've cleared through here. Twitch have added Train Sim 2016, have they? They have indeed. Right, I've just changed the game then on the thingy-wop. So I've also added this thing from Video Gamey called it's a clip thing, and we're all hooked up for it for this stream. So I wanted to give it a try and just let you guys have a look at it and give me your feedback as to whether or not it's even remotely interesting or whether you like the idea. The idea is that if you're looking at it on the Twitch viewer, you should be able to see a player, a thing that says clip this section or something like that. Basically, if you see anything that you think is funny or interesting, then you can hit that link, and then that will tell Video Gamey to record that clip, and it will record the last 30 seconds, and then other people can record. Anyone can record a clip and go and search clips and all sorts of cool stuff. So I don't know. It sounds interesting. I'm interested to see what people think. It might just be one of those, I don't know why we would want to do these things. It might be one of those, this is the next best thing since sliced bread things. So have a play with it, do some clips, let me know what you think. At the moment the service is free, so let's see what we think. At some point I dare say they'll want paying for their storage and their bandwidth. Right. Let us couple up to these things. So the button should be where the profile is. So if you're looking at the channel page, then you should be able to see like things like the about and all that sort of thing. And it's a button that's on there. Right, let's move. We have to pass the tracks between two ICEs, so keep up the speed. We don't want to delay an ICE train. We need to go all the way past Augsburg, Strasse. Right, so we are going to stop at reverse, which is all the way over there. Looks like we're all set. It does look sort of evil, doesn't it, Joe? Joe's saying these look like evil clouds. Alright, we've got green lights, let's make a move then. Up to 40. Augsburg looks particularly nice over there, doesn't it? Oh, Moggy's got a new FSX toy. What's your new FSX toy? There's lots of consists placed around here. I guess we're holding up an ICE surface. Is a red sky the ultimate red light, do you think? Oh, nice one, Coplopamel. Coplopamel has just updated the suggestions so that if you want to make a recommendation, there is now a Google form that you can make that recommendation on too. I'm giving this a try to see how we get on. I'd like your feedback on it if you think the form will work. So far, there's been 3 or 4 entries onto it, and I'm liking it a lot. So it's giving me all the information I need, I think. So hopefully that'll be good. Right, we're in an 80 limit now, so we can speed up. I don't know if this train will get up to 80, but we can certainly speed up. Alright, got a warning of a 40km limit coming up. Actually, it's not 40, there's a ZS3B there. Oh, it is 40. There's a 4 underneath it on the ZS3. Why in the form is it ask for mins and seconds? Because I can't tell it not to ask for seconds, just leave seconds at 0. I'm only looking for a rough ballpark, really. Said the next signal was green, yeah, it is 40. Why did I allow Darkness Monster to tell people that you were on a date, Prince Darling? I don't know. Why not? Vulcan Productions 2015, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Steve with Glasses, what loco are we driving on the Somerset and Dorset? We are driving the Black 5. Just because I promised Henry would do that at least sometime. Alright, we're coming up on the reverse marker now. Going downhill here by the looks of it. Right, move this thing up here. That's why I haven't checked the path and I don't know whether we... Okay, good. The last thing I wanted us to do is to smack into that train in front, because I've not checked the path. That's where you find out that there's manual points in front of you. No one said... Right, we are good for stop at reverse. Good. Surely the train to drive on the Somerset and Dorset with the 9F. It would be Moggy, but I'm going to come back to the route and do a nice nice 9F Pines Express run with a 9F at some point. See if we can't run the entire length of the route. But tonight I just wanted to give it a quick run. I say a quick run. It's still an hour just to do the bottom half of the route. Woody says that the problem for TS 2016 streamers is no one can stream from 9:30 till midnight because Matt has all the viewers. Well, I don't stream on Wednesdays, Saturdays or Sundays. I've only got 3 out of the 7 days. 4 out of the 7 days. I can stream less if you like. Right. Lowlands Gamer ordered a rail driver yesterday. Superb. Right, now where are we going? We're going to drop this off back at the drop-off point. Excellent, we can do that. As soon as it tells me we can go anyway. X-Shooter, what country do I prefer scenarios of? I don't have a preference, to be honest, X-Shooter, but I do like them to be interesting scenarios. I really don't have a preference. My interest in trains is in trains, not in trains in particular countries or particular types. I just get recommended a lot more British scenarios than anything else. At the moment, I think I've got about over half of the scenarios I've got for Germany, for example, are all this BR294. Which is making it a little bit tricky. So some interesting German scenarios would be very useful to sort of pad out the variety. If I'm picking a scenario for myself, I would generally pick something English because my personal interest in trains is generally in English stuff. But I do enjoy the American German stuff quite a lot. Moggy says in fact I prefer Mongolian scenarios. Can I tell the future? What would you like me to tell the future? Right. Let us drop off these wagons. I actually don't need that HUD. Why have I got it on? and drop them off there. Right, now we need to pick up some container cars. Pull forward to the reverse siding for the switches to get set correctly. Oh, what country's a bit low in the backlog? Always Germany. Germany is always low, although America is low as well, so Germany or America. I've got tons of scenarios for the UK. And to be honest, America is reasonably easy for me to find a scenario for. It's Germany is the tough one, because I'm not as familiar, so it's difficult for me to figure out what's actually a good scenario. Because 9 times out of 10, it's in a foreign language. You know, it's crazy. Victor wants to know how many times I'm going to fail in the next 10 years. All of them. All of the times I can fail in the next 10 years, I probably will. I shall get a gold medal for failing. Devon Mo, I tried to look at your scenario today. I tried to look at your scenario today, Devon Mo, and it crashed as soon as I tried to load it. So if you want to take a look at it, I can re-add it to the plan at some point. Right, now we are clear to pick up one. Oh, hang on. This is a stop-at instruction. Right, now we can go. It didn't fail me though, so whew. Right, on our way to the pickup. Trolley Resort, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Bam, yes, I got your screenshots. I'm not sure what I'm doing with screenshots yet though, so I would ask people stop sending me screenshots at the moment. I will tell you about screenshots at some point, once I've figured out what I'm doing with them. If you just send me lots of emails, then they're all just going to get lost at the moment, because I've got a big stack of screenshots I can't do anything with. So... Master Daniel, if you added it into the forum, I haven't actually been to the forum to update the backlog yet, so it's probably still sitting there. Have patience, I'm going to get through the backlog as soon as they back the Steam forum and get it all put in the backlog very shortly, and then you'll see it in the backlog. If I ever run a scenario and there's a problem with it, I stick it into the problem backlog tab, or the problem tab, whatever. I can't remember exactly what I've called it. But if you can't see it in the problem tab, I haven't tried it, or I haven't got a problem with it. Right, what we're doing now, pull back to the reverse siding, and we've got to get cleared to leave the yard. Got another white light. Ayrton's 8, I'm afraid I can't talk about what Dovetail might or might not be doing, unfortunately. Looks like we're only going to be stuck around that sort of the 120 mark. When I say stuck, I don't really mean that as a bad thing. That's pretty awesome on its own. Right. Rich Starling wants to know when the 2017 game comes out. Do the math, dude. We're on about the, what, the 5th or 6th one at the moment, so just add 2012 onto the current year. Ron Wirral, thanks for the screenshots. I'm certainly going to take a look at them, because I really enjoy looking at screenshots people send, and I do want to get back to where I'm taking screenshots again, because I really like the seen the creativity that people put into the screenshots. There's some really excellent screenshots put forward. So bear with me is all I'm saying. Well done. Let's get these cars back to Augsburg Yard, where we have to pick up a couple more containers. James, how much does the license cost? It's really not a money thing. It's really about the company in question deciding whether they want you to use their brand or not. And it's safer for them to say no, because if they say no, then nothing can go wrong. If they say yes and you misuse it, someone loses their job. You know, it's brands are a serious thing for businesses, and they take them very seriously. Certainly, the bigger companies do. As does Dovetail, to be honest. Ignoring the truth doesn't make you go. I don't get that, Axie. What are you referring to? Right, we're on our way back across the main line. Not quite sure about the wisdom of propelling these wagons across the main line. I would have thought we would have run round and pulled them rather than propelling them. Unless I've misunderstood where we're going with this. No, we really are going to propel them back up through the yard. Wow. Amtrak, if scenarios use repaints, I can't use them. I haven't got any repaints installed, and I don't install repaints on this machine. Put simply, it's basically I want to keep everything with exactly what's downloadable. And given that we're propelling, I'm going to ignore the speed limit and just stick to the 40. Fringe styling, well, a lot of companies are very protective of their brands. This is Houndstetter Strasse. The last time I checked, there were 2 submissions on the Google Form scenario submission thing, so it's fundamentally working. I haven't checked to see whether or not there's any more coming yet. But it's really nice because it's really quick for me to be able to copy and paste the information into the backlog, whereas pulling them out of the suggestions forum is actually a bit harder. For a lazy bones like me here. S. Gravesnet, brands. A brand is something that a company has. It's how you recognise the company. So, you know, the name Train Simulator 2016 is the product name, but then everything about that is the brand. So it includes the livery, it includes the name, it includes the logos, it includes anything that makes you remember that company. part of the brand could be a jingle that's played with commercials, for example. It would be the brand team that would be responsible for that sort of thing. Moggy refuses to recognise Marmite. Surely you have to recognise it in order to stubbornly walk away from it. S3 Spam Squire, is there a way to suggest seeing what's been suggested on the Google form? Not yet, but what I'll do is I'll copy everything into the backlog, and then you can see it on the backlog in the schedule. Right, we're coming back to Augsburg 66. Are the locomotives branded? Some of them are. So the Japanese Shinkansen ones, for example, are all carefully owned and managed. Eurostar, I think, might be. Hey there, Peter Toon fan, welcome. Moggy thinks he's been branded like a cow. That's harsh. What is video gamey? Basically it's a system that lets you record clips. There is supposed to be a way you can do it by typing !clip, but that's for Nightbot, and I haven't worked out if there's a Moonbot way of doing it. But the idea is that you press the button, and then it will record the last 30 seconds as a clip, which so like if something interesting happens, like I spad or whatever, then you can just hit that record this as a clip button, and it will record it automatically. Right, so we've got these wagons, we're just pushing them back to Augsburg 66. Glenn, am I allowed to use digital traction and other such content? If it's on, basically the bottom line is, if it is on Steam, I can use it. Just realised this wagon's there. Oh. Oh my word. Right. Uncouple that. Couple to the back. Oh, I see. Now drop off these at containers, which is where, according to us? Where are we? Ah, so we need to come forwards and drop them off at containers. There we go, right. See, that bump would be a good place to hit the clip button. Lowlands Gamer, so the DLC that's only available for sale in the US is due to licensing restrictions. It's just not allowed to be sold in the UK, outside of the US, because of the license with BNSF. There is nothing that can be done about that, I'm afraid. Right, nearly there, half a kilometre to get to where we want to go. So I think when I was crashing into those wagons, I was just answering a question for Glenn. Yes, I can use anything that is on Steam, which includes third-party content like Mesh Tools, Digital Traction, as long as it's on Steam. Are you there, Cheese Pie? Come on, folks. We need another 10 followers. Where are our 10 followers going to come from tonight? All right, let's get stopped here. Your company doesn't want you to promote other people's content. No, it's not that, Peter Toon fan. That's my decision, not Dovetail's decision. Basically, I want to promote it to where it's as easy as it can be to install. You'd be surprised how many people can't do that. Anyway, okay, that was the last drop-off for now. Almost time for coffee. Pull forward until you're under the viaduct and back up onto the track we departed from at the start of this run. Once you reach the siding, the AE scenario will end. Right, so we're off now. Yeah, so I've explained this a few times actually. I should write it down really. But essentially, my reasoning is that I don't want. From when I did UK Train Sim, I used to have all sorts of commercial add-ons from all over the place. We had freeware add-ons, and we gave them a demo. And people loved it. They really did. They thought it was excellent. And then when they said, "Well, how do I get that on my machine?" And I said, well, and I started to tell them about downloading this and unzipping that and running this installer, and their eyes would just completely glaze over because they're interested in trains and it had no interest in computers whatsoever, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, well, if your view is, well, if you're not interested in computers, then you're not interested in the game, then that's fair enough. But there are a lot of people who are interested in trains who just are not computer literate and they just can't handle it. And so my goal with this stream is to show stuff which is all dead easy, so anyone can see what I'm doing and say, I can do that at home. And you know what? There's tons of other people doing streaming that are including the all the other add-ons and things, and that's cool. That's really cool. It's good that it is getting shown, but I want to cater for that other sort of demographic, if you like. Galuki98, thank you for the follow, my friend. Much appreciated. Right, endpoint is there. Switch them that. Right, we're just going to put this back in the siding now. Yes, Peter Toon fan, if you click the follow button it makes that noise. You'll also get notified if there's ever any, whenever the stream is on, and if you happen to be logged into Twitch then it will let you know if I'm streaming or not. Oh, hello. It's decided to throw the emergency brake on, that's nice of it. Okay, that was the last drop off for now, almost time for coffee. Pull forward until you're under the... But we just did that bit. Oh, never mind. Right. The scenario is ended, it's all good. Big Ford truck fan, thank you for the follow. Right, I'm going to make, you know, a change in... I haven't recorded a map for ages. I'm going to record today's map. Because that's quite interesting, actually. Grab that map. Right, let us have a look at the next one. So next we're going to have a look for... What is the main German railroad called? Deutsche Bahn, BNSF. DB, Deutsche Bahn. Does UK Train Sim take PayPal? No, UK Train Sim doesn't take PayPal. I had lots of bad. Do you know when I originally set UK Train Sim up, I wanted to put PayPal on there, but in order for me to take credit cards, I had to do less paperwork, sign less forms, and do less in person than for me to do the same thing with PayPal. It was astounding. I couldn't believe it. I thought PayPal was going to be nice and easy compared to getting a credit card processing. Credit card processing was really easy. PayPal was just... Seriously, how many more things do you want me to sign? So, no, and given all the other things with PayPal, I decided against it. So that's why there's no PayPal, because I'm grumpy. Right, what are we doing now? Next, are we doing the Bournemouth? Yay, we're doing the Bournemouth run. Superb. Has anyone pressed the clip button yet, by the way? I'm curious to know, because I want to see if there's any clips at the end. I got an email from the people who run it saying that out of all the people who've tried, who had signed up for it, I'm probably one of the few that haven't actually done anything with it yet. So I thought I better have a look. Right, let me switch to changing route.